Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. My today's editorial is different. My today's editorial is different is because today I'm going to talk to you about the story of Maharashtra. I'm going to talk to you about the story of Maharashtra and the story of this new coalition that is being formed in Maharashtra called the Maha-Shiv Aghadi. I'm told that they are asking the name to be changed and calling it the Maha-Vikas Aghadi, but whatever it is. I'm going to talk to you about the story of coming together of Congress, NCP and the Shiv Sena. Three parties that never actually saw eye to eye on a state or a national level. Now that's the story that we are going to talk about today. Now what you see here, right back here, is Matoshri, the Thackeray residence. The story begins from here. This is the place where Uddhav Thackeray, Devendra Fadnavis and Amit Shah had met. Here is the place where Uddhav Thackeray said that Amit Shah and he had agreed on a 50-50% power sharing agreement. Amit Shah had said that he had no such agreement with Shiv Sena, and this is the place where Shiv Sena says that they had their 50-50% agreement, where they agreed that 2.5 years will see a Shiv Sena chief minister and the next 2.5 years will see a Bharatiya Janata Party chief minister. So this is where the story began.
माझ्या समोर कधीही 2.5 वर्षाचा जो विषय आहे त्याचा निर्णय झाला नव्हता
की लोकसभा निवडणुकींच्या वेळेला जेव्हा शिवसेना आणि भारतीय जनता पक्षाची युती झाली त्यावेळेला जो एक फॉर्म्युला ठरला होता तो 50-50% ठरला होता. तो काय आता लपून ठेवण्यात अर्थ नाही.
पहले से था सार्वजनिक प्रचार में मैंने कम से कम 100 बार कहा, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कई बार कहा और स्वयं देवेंद्र फडणवीस ने कई बार कहा कि अगर हमारी युति की सरकार आती है, बहुमत आता है तो मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस बनेंगे. किसी ने कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट नहीं किया.
The story took a different turn. Like we know, Bharatiya Janata Party did not agree for a Shiv Sena chief minister and Uddhav Thackeray decided to call the relationship off. When Uddhav Thackeray did that first, nobody really believed that Uddhav would take it to this level of what it is currently. We all thought it was a matter of a few weeks, they would squabble and they would come back and join back and form the government. It didn't happen. Uddhav Thackeray stood his grounds. Uddhav Thackeray met the NCP Supremo, Sharad Pawar. Let's take the story to our next location, Sharad Pawar's residence. So Shiv Sena and BJP decided to go their separate ways. Now what is interesting is Shiv Sena and Uddhav Thackeray came right here. This is Silver Oak. This is Mr. Sharad Pawar's residence. And the future of Maharashtra was decided here. Shiv Sena approached Mr. Pawar. You know, before I get into that, there's a very interesting saying in Maharashtra. Very interesting saying. And they say that, you know, whoever forms the government in Maharashtra, the chief minister normally is decided by Mr. Sharad Pawar. So that has been the clout of Mr. Pawar in Maharashtra politics. And this is where he stays. Shiv Sena approached Mr. Pawar, asked him for support. Now, ironically, Congress was very enthusiastic about supporting Shiv Sena. Though they didn't say that they will support Shiv Sena, but they said they are open to looking at supporting Shiv Sena if they want to. But Mr. Pawar, on the other hand, said no. Mr. Pawar said the mandate given to me is to sit in the opposition. We will be sitting in the opposition. That was his first reaction. Slowly but steadily, things began to change. Pawar started taking this offer very seriously. And that is when he formulated the Pawar plan. The reason why Pawar plan has been different to all the other mergers and acquisitions and collaborations and coalitions and all of that is because Mr. Pawar, like he always is, made a very definite plan as to how this coalition has to function. The first thing Mr. Pawar said, if this coalition has to function, then it is not just about the number of ministries, it is also dividing the portfolios equally. He says power is not just about numbers. Power is also the portfolio that each stakeholder, which means the stakeholder including NCP, Shiv Sena and Congress has. So he wanted to first ensure that each of these parties have important portfolios, which they have. Number one. Number two, he said each and every issue has to be sorted out before the government is formulated. And that was something that he insisted on. So he said whatever the differences, ideological, operational, how they are going to work together, who is going to take what is each of them going to say, each of this has to be decided and told specifically. So this is what was the Pawar plan. And that is how the first basic blueprint of what they call as the Maha Shiv Aghadi, or now what they are planning to call as the Maha Vikas Aghadi, started. The ball started rolling. Right here, this place called the Silver Oaks. So after the Pawar plan was put into place, from Silver Oak, we come to the Raj Bhavan. This is the residence of the governor of Maharashtra. The entire story moves here. Now, firstly, the governor invited Bharatiya Janata Party to come and form the government. The Bharatiya Janata Party refused, saying that, Baba, listen, we don't have the numbers to form the government. Immediately after that, the Shiv Sena was called in. And the Shiv Sena, as the second largest party, was asked whether they would be interested in forming the government. Now, Shiv Sena at that point in time had already spoken to Sharad Pawar. Like I said, told you in Silver Oaks, the discussion was going on. And Shiv Sena was hoping that Sharad Pawar's NCP and Congress would give them the letter of support. Now, when they came here to stake the government, Congress did not give the letter of support to Shiv Sena. Now, that was the story, that Congress did not give the letter of support to Shiv Sena. Therefore, NCP also didn't bother to give the letter of support to Shiv Sena, because they were finally, end of the day, pre-poll alliance partners. Okay, now there was a lot of rumors that it was Mr. Pawar who had told Mrs. Sonia Gandhi not to give the letter of support to Shiv Sena. There were a lot of rumors, and at one end people were saying that, listen, Sonia Gandhi didn't want to support Shiv Sena because it would affect her chances in Bihar and her chances in Jharkhand and her chances elsewhere, and also the fact that there was a lot of resistance from the Kerala state about Sonia Gandhi and Congress supporting the Shiv Sena. So that is where it stood. Now the thing is, according to our sources, we were told that it is Mr. Sharad Pawar who had asked Sonia Gandhi not to send the letter of support to Shiv Sena. But the reason is not what one is generally told. The reason is, like I said, Mr. Pawar was very clear. Mr. Pawar had told Sonia Gandhi that she rather send the letter to Shiv Sena, supporting Shiv Sena, only if she was willing to participate in the government, if she was supposed to be a stakeholder in the government, and that was, like I told you, part of the Pawar plan. So that is how the letter didn't come. That is how Shiv Sena had to walk out of this place empty-handed without forming the government. After that, the location changes. The location changes to YB Chauhan Hall, which we will go next, where Congress and NCP sat together behind closed doors and discussed the formation of this new alliance and started the process of ironing out the difference and formulate the Maha Shiva Aghadi, which was what it was named then, and currently, as they call it, the Maha Vikas Aghadi. Let's go to our next location. Our story moves on. Our story moves on to Yashwantrao Chauhan Center. Yashwantrao Chauhan Center is where Congress and the NCP sat down. They created a common minimum program. They tried to work out every detail of this partnership between Shiv Sena, Congress and NCP, and each aspect of the partnership, including the portfolios, including who says what, who does what is each party supposed to do, what is each party not supposed to do, was discussed in this particular place. Now, what is important about this entire relationship is, I think never has so much detailed work gone into a partnership in India. where under the leadership of Sharad Pawar, so much time was spent in ensuring that these parties stick to each other and this government lasts for 5 years. Now, it is not surprising. What Pawar did is not very surprising. What he did is what he should have done. Because somewhere down the line, I think Pawar is very clear about the fact that if this government doesn't last for 5 years, the backlash will be very, very severe from the voters of Maharashtra. So it is imperative that this coalition lasts for 5 years and they perform for 5 years. So what he did to ensure that it happens was a fantastic job. And as on today, the status is such that it seems that these three parties are joining together to form the government. But that being said, nothing is certain till the last ball is bowled. Nothing is certain. So everybody seems to be aiming right there. That is the Mantralaya, that is the road to Mantralaya, and that's the Mantralaya that you see on your screen. And everybody's ambition is now to go there. The three parties, NCP, Congress and Shiv Sena, is looking to go there and form the government. The chances are it is going to be Shiv Sena CM. There are talks about 2.5 years of Shiv Sena, 2.5 years of NCP. I don't know whether that is true, but all the same, as on now, it looks as if the Maha Shiv Aghadi or the Maha Vikas Aghadi, as they want to rename it, would be forming the new government. Till we meet next time, Namaskar.